Fragments of Eternity by Christophe Degout. Strange stories between life, death, and the unknown.
Fragment 1. The Gardener of the Beyond. The moment of death is often described as a tunnel of light or a plunge into the unknown. For Adrien, it was a cold shiver, followed by absolute silence. When he opened his eyes, or whatever now served as eyes, he found himself standing in a vast garden bathed in an unreal glow. The air was thick with unknown floral scents, and each breeze seemed to carry an imperceptible whisper. In front of him stood a figure among the tall grasses, a being whose body seemed carved from gnarled wood, its cracked skull blooming with strange flowers. "Welcome, new gardener. Your mission begins today." Disoriented, Adrien looked down at his bony hands. Around his ankles, roots were gently coiling, as if anchoring him to this unfamiliar soil. "Who are you? Where am I?" The sylvan being tilted its head slightly, and a rustling passed through its leaves. "I am the keeper. You are in the garden of the beyond. Here, we grow souls." Adrien looked around. Smooth-trunked trees, bushes with glowing petals, moving shadows that resembled memories. Soft lights drifted through the foliage, and with each step, the ground rippled as if it were alive. And what if a soul refuses to grow? The keeper extended a tiny seed, deep black. "Plant this one, and you'll see." Adrien knelt, dug into the soft earth, and placed the seed within. But instead of sprouting, the soil remained silent. Nothing moved. A strange chill rose around him. Why doesn't it grow? Some souls are trapped by what they left behind. They refuse to move on. Intrigued, Adrien placed his bony hand on the earth. A surge of emotions overwhelmed him. Pain, regret, solitude. A name surfaced in his mind. Eleanor. He focused, whispered words he didn't fully understand. The ground trembled beneath his fingers. Slowly, a fragile shoot emerged. A bud formed, hesitant. Then, with a breath, it opened, and a trembling voice came forth. "Where am I?" Adrien shivered. It wasn't just a plant growing. It was a fragment of soul searching for peace. "You're on your way, Eleanor," he whispered. The keeper observed him with a hint of approval. Every soul needs a guide, Adrien. Sometimes they must be taught how to let go. Days passed. If time existed here at all, each seed he planted revealed a past existence. Some souls ready to blossom, others frozen in fear. Some stubbornly refused to bloom, and Adrien had to speak with them, discover their buried pain, even relive their darkest memories. One day, he found a seed darker and heavier than all the others. When he touched it, a sharp pain shot through him. Screams, shadows, a violent past. This soul didn't want release. It resisted, clung to the void. "This one is ancient," murmured the keeper, too rooted in sorrow. Adrien hesitated. Could he save it? If he failed, what would become of it? For days, he tried to coax it into sprouting, in vain. Doubt crept in. Was he truly meant to be here? Then one evening, as the garden's sky darkened, he heard a whisper, "Help me." It was the first time the soul had spoken. Gently, Adrien tried again, telling stories, murmuring soothing words. Little by little, the earth quivered, and a timid stem emerged, fragile but alive. He smiled. Then came another trial. An unexpected storm swept through the garden. The keeper explained that this was rare, happening only when too many souls remained suspended, unable to be reborn. The garden was out of balance. Adrien realized his role wasn't just to plant, but to guide, to help souls find their way, even when they resisted moving forward. Finally, after this long journey through broken souls, Adrien was given one last seed, radiant and familiar. Claire, his heart, or what was left of it, tightened. He planted it with special care. The sprout that emerged was of infinite delicacy. When the flower opened, a face took shape. "Adrien?" He closed his eyes, overwhelmed by a mix of joy and sorrow. She was here, but she no longer belonged to him. "You'll grow," he whispered. "Find another spring." She smiled, and a gentle breeze carried her petals into the infinite. Adrien looked up at the garden sky. Now he understood. His role was not to watch over death, but to accompany rebirth. And maybe, one day, he too would be ready to bloom in another world.
Fragments of Eternity is a dive into the imagination, where ink strokes become stories and sketches, worlds. Narration and voices generated by 11labs.io. Royalty-free music, 50sounds.com.